Hello, 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 everybody. Today is Monday, and guess what? It's Monday, March 1st. Our first guest of this month we have down below is Miss Ella, and she is here on Mindful Merchants. This is Mindful Merchants, and over here, this guy is my number one co-host. He's the man. He's the big papa. He is ready to go, and we're ready to hit this hard. I'm the Lone Star Picker, and we're excited today. We have better known as Save Here First. Is that correct, Ella?
Yes, it is. Save Here First.
Well, welcome. We're so excited you're here. People are going to start coming in, so I'll repeat your name again in a little bit and everything. Let's just what we're going to do is before we get really started, we're going to have you introduce yourself in about a couple minutes. But what we like to do on the Mindful Merchants is we'll have whoever's coming in. We're going to say hello, but first we're going to say hello. There's little Lewis. Hey, Lewis. He's our next generation reseller. He's going to be selling good stuff. So
Good.
he's gonna be supporting Dad pretty soon. So let's start it off here. Luis, you want to give a shout out to anybody?
So yeah, let's see. I know everyone's gonna start coming in really quick right now, but let's just say hello to everyone that's coming in. We have reseller Niche Mo. How you doing, buddy?
Momo, the Mo you know I call him.
Thanks for coming in, brother. Then we got who's Tom Cruise. Hey, brother, how you doing, brother?
Tom Cruise. We know who Tom Cruise is.
That's our good friend Tom Cruise. And we have Shars in the house. How you doing, Shar?
Hey, Shar. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Tom Cruise, by the way, if you guys don't know, he has got a wonderful auction. And in about a couple of weeks, I think we're going to have him on here. Let's invite him on. What do you think, Luis?
Yeah, definitely. We'll have Tom on.
Whether you like it or not, you're invited. We're gonna suck you into the world of mindful merchants here. All right. Who else do we have? Oh, look who's here. Fundamentals of
Hey, Derek.
What's up, Derek?
Mr. Derek. If it wasn't for Derek and Regina, we wouldn't know about Mrs. Ella here. Well, actually, I've stumbled upon you probably not as often, but getting to hear you has been wonderful. And I got something to bring up that we talked about on his show, or his and Regina's show.
Yeah, definitely great people. And Derek, like I said, they have a good Wednesday show also. So if you guys are checking out his show, make sure
you check it out. It's great. It's so funny. It's just like it's a little mix of everything. And that dude, he's the formatory DJ. Like he knows how to host a good party. I see Hyphy Gold in the house. There is Mr. Topher.
What's up, Topher?
Him and speaking of Derek, him and Derek had a nice. I didn't get to see it. I popped in, but I had to pop back out. But I watched the rerun of it, and so they were doing an auction this last Sunday. So,
well, actually, it was last night. Yeah, the auction was good. I was in there. Ella was there too for a bit.
I did. I was.
Let me tell you about Ella.
Won.
Yeah, she did get something too.
I did get something.
Oh, good. Yeah,
and
I know you got a good deal.
Somebody else got something and said to Derek they should send it to me. Woo woo.
Hey. That's how auctions work. So people surprise you sometimes, don't they?
Yeah, that was a big surprise, yeah.
Who else do we have here? Zygon Tiger.
Zygon Tiger, how you doing, buddy?
That's Mr. Mark, if anybody doesn't know.
Yep. We got Wendy in the house. Hello, Wendy.
Hi.
She's our lucky charm. She comes in and she's talk about positivity. She's just so full of, positive. We're gonna have to get her on here one day. We'll see.
Definitely. We got to get Wendy on here. When hopefully in one of these upcoming weeks.
We're just we're trying our best to fit as many people as we can, and we got the YouTube world is amazing. Talk about being mindful. Like every time I think I got it all figured out, I'm like, who are these new folks here? Or like, oh, look at this. Oh, we forgot that person, and she's gonna, so it's wonderful. So we're thankful you're here today, Ella. Why don't you start us off in a little nutshell? Just give us a little information about you and how you got your name.
Oh, okay. So my parents actually gave me my name, Ella, and my husband actually said, Save Here First will be a better business name to use for your business. Mm-hmm. He always comes up with all the names that I've had for my businesses. He always comes up with it. I've had several businesses, and he came up with Benevolence Greetings. He came up with memorable children's books and gift, fashion made for you and more. So when I was gonna start reselling and I was looking for a business name, I had to go to him again, and he said, "Oh, remember, I have a business name, Save Here. Save Here First. We haven't really used it. It's dormant. You can use it." And I was like, "You sure?" He said, "Yeah." So that's how I started using Save Here First. And he was like, "Yeah, Save Here First," meaning that people can come and they can actually save, you know. And I was like, "Save, yeah, really? I'm gonna put it at full price." So that's how I started Save Here First in October.
Okay.
And I'm originally from England, born and raised in England. I did go over to Nigeria because my parents are from Nigeria. So I did go over there. I did my schooling there. And I came back to England, and I met my husband, and I came back. I came down to Florida, and I've been living in Florida since 2006.
Okay. How do you deal with the weather storms there? Like, has it been a different change of living, like kind of compared to other places you've lived?
I have been blessed to travel the world. Okay. Working for the British government, I had that opportunity to travel to so many places. Florida was the last.
All the weather storms.
Yeah, Florida was the last place on earth I thought I would come to actually stay. I thought I would just come and visit. I never thought I was gonna come and stay and live in Florida. I don't like I like the warm weather, because let me tell you, living in England, I was miserable. And I remember my mom said, why I was crying one day on the phone. This grown-up woman, it was snowing, it was windy.
It gets cold there in the United Kingdom, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was so cold. And one day I missed my bus, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had to get to work. And then I was like, okay, let me just cross over and get the bus. And this train blew past me.
What?
And I dropped my bag. I picked up my phone. I said, "Mom, I'm just tired. I can't stay here anymore."
It tests you.
She said, "Girl, you were born in the cold weather, so pick it up."
She said that to you? She's like, "Get over it." Yeah. Hey, Ella, real quick, we have a question from Reselling Niche. The Reseller Niche is Mo. He said, "What part of England, if you can ask?" Because he lived there too. He was brought up there.
Oh, okay. I was born in Dulwich Hospital, which is in Southeast London.
Okay.
I stayed in Peckham. I stayed in where else? I stayed in Croydon, which is East London, Southeast London, East London. Yeah.
So around the London Metroplex, would you say?
Yes. I stayed within that area. Yeah. The last place I stayed in I bought my place was in Croydon. Before I moved down to the States. So I lived probably about 6 years in Croydon area. Okay.
I'm hearing a little feedback. I don't know, Ella, you might want to check your YouTube. If you could put that on mute, just in case it is. I don't know if it's me or Luis. Do you hear it? Or
no, I don't hear it.
I think my YouTube is on mute. I don't think I have it. Let me double check.
We'll work through it. As long as you guys don't hear it, that's fine. It might just be something on my computer. But I was going to ask you a question. So the time I saw you on, they call it Wednesday Hump Day with Regina and Derek. I remember. Do you remember me? I asked you a question. Do you like tea or do you like coffee?
And I said I don't like it.
You said you don't like tea, right?
I said I don't like both.
She doesn't like both.
Oh, I thought you liked coffee better. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I used to drink coffee, but my mom, she was a coffee drink. She's a coffee drinker. Okay, so when everybody at the table was drinking tea, because my dad loved tea, my mom was a coffee drinker, so I wanted to drink coffee. So I started drinking coffee at the age of 8. So I drank coffee from 8 till when I was 16.
Wow.
Okay.
And I stopped drinking coffee at 16 because I was in school. So when you're in boarding school, nobody makes coffee in boarding school. So I stopped drinking coffee, and I stopped. I never did go back to drinking coffee. So
Interesting. Okay.
And somebody just asked me that question on Instagram today. And I said to her, she said, do you drink coffee? I said, no. Do you drink tea? I said, no. She said, do you drink cocoa? I said, when it's cold.
Luis is like, where do you get all your energy from?
Hey, I don't drink coffee either, so.
Yeah, Luis has this affiliation with it. I'm like, what? And then he explained to me, and I'm like, oh, I can see why you're not a fan of the coffee. But you know, everybody has their drink. You know, some people they like their alcohol. I don't drink a lot, but you know, I say that at night, like I call it a nightcap. But
no, only during the holidays sometimes. I used to drink Bailey's. I used to love it. So during the holiday, I will buy a bottle, and that bottle will last me till February.
Nice.
But when I had a peptic ulcer, I kind of like stopped drinking alcohol. So I'm like occasionally drinker. I drink it once in a while. I don't really drink alcohol like that.
Yeah. I think like the majority of folks, you know, they're either just casual drinkers, and it's nice when you have something when it's cold, a little bit like that. Hey, Luis, I see a couple more people came in. Ella, if you can just hold on 1 second, we're just going to say hi. Starting with the Frugal Peanut Reseller. We want to say hello,
Hi.
welcome. That's the Frugal Peanut Reseller. And then we have the wait a minute, why does that name sound familiar? I'm trying to remember if I've seen him in a chat, but we got Beaumont Picker. Gil,
Beaumont
it's good
Picker.
to see you. Hey, welcome.
Yeah, Johnny in the house.
Yay.
Johnny usually has bingo after this, so you guys remember, check and make sure to see Johnny correct us if in case you canceled it or anything. So, and then Shar F, we said hello to earlier, I believe. Connie Carletta Sales is here. She's wonderful. She was also on Derek's channel too. That was awesome. All right, and then Jen's Closet Gems. Oh,
hey.
There's out of San Antonio. She's a Texas troublemaker. Let me tell you. I know Texas troublemakers. Frugal Peanut Reseller. Well, welcome. Yeah, Johnny confirmed. He says 5 p.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. Central, and that'll be like 2. I'm getting all my times mixed up. It'll be right after the show. So, speaking of the one reason I was bringing up coffee, you got this wonderful energy about you. And I think that's what the great thing, it's so great about seeing another YouTube, personality that is a content creator. And it also happens to be a reseller, and you have this wonderful energy. I was watching a couple of your videos, and I just love your energy. Like you get into it, your personality comes out, and it's a joy. Cause sometimes you see people and they're like, hello, la, la, la. You're like, no. All butterflies come out, and they're you're full of beautiful energy. So can you tell us about the one video? I think it's on your main one, but you've had it up for a little while. You have, you put the mask on, you got a thing, you got this hazmat suit on, then you got duct tape around you, and you're like, yeah. And then she's like, you're doing her thing. I'm like, I love her. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
Yeah.
I was trying to get ready to go to the men's store, and I was like, I need to be prepared.
Let me put this up. Okay, I gotta put my bag up. I'm getting nervous. I gotta get out my pack of cigarettes. It's like. For the remainder of the interview, she's gonna wear this mask. I love her. Oh my God, Ella, you're a blast. So tell us, we were kind of talking about it. Wait, save it. That day that was your first time you went to, was it a Goodwill outlet or something like that, or an outlet?
It was
with a lot of people.
It was a bin store. It wasn't a Goodwill outlet. It was a bin store. Called Bin Deals in Palm Beach. No, not Palm Beach. Sorry, Palm City. Because I called it Palm Beach, and they came right back on my page to correct me and said,
"We're not there."
They said, "Thank you, but it's Palm."
That's when you start dancing. Okay, excuse me, I'm gonna back out. And you're just like,
so that was my first time going, and I went with very, very good YouTuber friend, TJ,
nice.
From Pallet Jacking. He came down to Tampa, And because of me, he decided instead of stopping at Tampa, he was going to just stop in Palm City and stay in a hotel, then drive down to pick me so we could go.
That's very nice. That's very nice.
Yeah, that was really nice of him to do that. And that's why I was getting ready, because to be honest with you, I have this, I really don't like crowds. And I was like, okay, the virus going on. I go out my house, but it's to the mailbox. I do my shopping once a month, and I leave very early to go and do my shopping and come back. So it's not that I have some phobia or anything. It's nothing like that. It's just
but that is a concern. I mean,
I was just trying to be protective, because at my age, and when I lost my job due to the pandemic, so I don't have no health insurance. And at 54 in 24 days time, if anything happens to me, I don't have health insurance. So I'm like, you know what? I am going to gear up. I'm going to have my mask, going to put it on, and I'm going to protect myself. And that's what you saw in that video that day. And I said to myself, let's make this fun and put some music to it. And, so that's what I did.
Well, that's the wonderful thing, and you got to just do what you like, what makes you happy, and what's going to make you comfortable and want to do content creation. Because like right now, I'll be honest, like I'm in a brain fog where I've been through a couple matters that have been challenging me with becoming a better content creator. So right now I'm doing this live, and I do other projects. Sometimes I work with Luis, like we'll do an auction or something, but I really want to up my game, So how is it? Here's a good question for you as a content creator is, how do you keep consistent, and how do you just like keep that motivation? Like, yeah, I got something to say. Here's what I'm going to bring to the table. And so can you tell us a little bit about your being a YouTuber?
Look, you're the one. I'm hearing it from your mouth from the first time, calling me a YouTuber, content creator. I am none of the above. Yeah, you know why?
But you're doing it. You're still doing
it. I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
Maybe that's what I need to do, is just do it. Yeah, and you're right. Like
I just, let me tell you a little. Let me tell you something. It's not a secret. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Okay. I've had my YouTube channel since 2012. Okay. Did I put anything on it? No. I was saying to a friend of mine, look, I've been doing unboxing before. I don't think there was an unboxing back in the day. Because when I used to buy wholesale, the box used to come, stack of books, stack of things that used to come at my door, and I used to open them. And I'm like, when I came across this, I was like, you mean I could have been doing this since 2012?
And maybe had some hours by now and built that. Yeah.
I should have been doing this since 2012, but I didn't really do it. So,
Ella, how long have you been reselling? So was that as a part of your business as a reseller since 2012?
I've been selling since 2007.
Okay.
And I didn't, for a reseller, this is how this is my definition, okay?
Yes.
I call myself a reseller now because I think reselling is this item sold, they didn't want it, and you went and you bought it again. It's sold again. So you're going to resell it to somebody else that didn't want, that had it the first time.
Exactly.
Now, back then, I didn't classify myself as a reseller because I buy wholesale from the manufacturers.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what my business was. I was buying from the manufacturers and then I was selling. I don't have to go to, I don't have to look up eBay, Amazon to find out what the price is. I didn't have to do any of that. I know how much it costs me to buy what I'm buying, and I know how much I'm going to sell it for. So I can up my price 200%, and my customers will still buy it. Mm-hmm. So, now I call myself a reseller. Why? Because I'm going to the bin store, I'm buying mystery boxes, So
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a great point, Ella. I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people don't talk about this, and I love your integrity, because your honesty about, like, I don't even know what that was back then, but I bet you in, like, next time we have you on, maybe in 6-7 years or whatever, who knows if we're still going. If Louis
6-7 years?
If Louis doesn't kill me by then, you're gonna come back and go, okay, now I call myself a YouTuber, Louis. And I'll go, see, I told you 7 years ago. And then, no, but seriously, like, you're talking about doing this, and I think that we have a lot of general terms, at least in our vocabulary for us, is that we call ourselves this reseller niche, whatever. And we use these terms so generic, and just blah, 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 blah. I mean, if you go on the street and you tell somebody, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a reseller. Oh, that's a nice hobby. And I'm like, no, it's not a hobby.
No, it's not a hobby. Job, exactly.
Yeah. And so that you're able to look at it and see it, and you've been doing this for good. I would say you're a good seasoned, seller.
Let me tell you, when I left the British government, the job I was doing for the British government, when I left, I worked with the British government for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I decided that I was going to take a break. And I said, I'm going to take a 1-year break, and then I'm going to come back after, because I've been working, since I was like 20, in my early 20s, I've been working. So I wanted to take a break after working straight 10 years. And they decided they were going to give me that 1-year break, and I was going to go to Australia. And then they decided that they weren't going to give me that 1-year break. So I wrote and I said, you know what? 10 years is enough I've given to the British government. And I was like, I'm out. And I remember
I would have wrote the Queen. I would have said, listen, Queen, you need to give me some time off, and you need to let Ella out of here and pay her. But,
yeah, I left. And when I left, I came down to visit my husband, which was my boyfriend at the time. And I said, well, I think I'm going to go to Australia. And I think he thought, oh, if she goes to Australia, she probably wouldn't come back. So
he's like, no, honey, don't go yet. Don't leave me. You're gonna find some good-looking Aussie down there. We know you. She can go to the beach and follow those surfer guys.
Yeah. So he proposed and everything, and yeah, he just like, okay. And I looked at it, and I'm like, I'm not getting any younger. I'm going to be 40 soon. So I said, okay, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go. So we got married. Yeah. So we got married, and I didn't travel to Australia to further my dreams. Then I said, what am I going to do now? I was trying to
tell them I want a honeymoon in Australia. I want to go see Mad Max. I need to go there, be on Thunderdome. Let's do it.
No, I didn't want to go. So I started doing, because I used to teach. So
good.
When I said, I want to go into business. So I said, I love books. So I want to go into the book business. So that's how I started. I went into the book business in 2000.
I've got that little glimpse from watching I still have a lot of catching up to do in your videos and stuff. But I got that from you. I love when I find another book person and somebody who's an educator, because I can see where your ability to talk and articulate and just kind of naturally be yourself. That's what good teachers do. You don't, you tell it like it is. Like you said, no, let me tell you. And I'm like, there she goes. She's no, because you have to do that when you're very articulate, because you're communicating what your concepts and your ideas are free flowing, but at the same time, what you know. You've been what you've been through.
So I've been in business since 2000, my own business from then till 2016. And something personal happened where myself and my husband, we lost our home. And so I had to pack up everything. And it only took now for me to realize I didn't need to pack up my business. But I packed up my business and put it in a storage, and I had to go look for a full-time job. So from 2000, I packed up my business, which I was making good money from. I packed it all up because I didn't have the knowledge and to say, Ella, you can still do this. And I moved out of town and my very good friend said, Ella, you need to move back into town. Come stay with me until you sort yourself out. So that's
was
what
this
I
in the
did.
United Kingdom, Ella? Was this in
Sorry?
the UK? Was
No,
this
was here.
Okay, it was here.
Yeah,
Okay.
2016. Yeah, this was here, 2016, because and in Florida. So I moved. Actually, when we lost our home, I didn't have nowhere to go to. So,
Wow.
at the time, my husband was out of a job. So he had to stay with his stepdaughter at the time. So I had to go stay with a friend till we get back on our feet. So,
And you had to work that out.
yeah. So my friend said, oh, Ella, instead of going to Georgia, which I stayed for a month, she said, come back. And she said, there's a job here you can work. So my business was on hold. I couldn't really get into it because I was working full time. Jen, I see your question. If your last job offers you your job back, would you take it, or would you keep reselling, hustling full time? So to answer your question, I probably will take it because I need the money, but I will still hustle because people are doing it full time and doing it the business part time as well.
Yeah.
So I will still do it because I thought I wouldn't be able to do it, which was my downfall back then, 2016. We were just getting
you gotta
into
remember, as we grow in life, we're different people. It is a downfall, but it's we have a saying in my spiritual community. It's like, you are where you need to be, meaning, and it, like you said a little while ago, I didn't have that, information. I wasn't, you didn't know what you knew back then. And so like,
yeah.
And talking about that, maybe you can help me, understand who Ella is from that perspective of like who you were then. And right about the time when this, we'll call it catastrophe for lack of a better word, because losing a home must have been a very, very challenging thing. I mean,
I thought I was going to pack up and go back to England.
Yeah. Well, but what do you think was one of your biggest strengths that came out of it that helped you transform to get where you are? Because you seem very like on top of it, you're stable, but you had to have learned something. Yes.
Forgiveness. Because
for yourself or
forgiveness for myself and forgiveness for my husband, because I blamed him a lot for putting us in that situation. The house was in his name, and for him to let it go like that and not tell me and keep saying, oh, I was just trying to protect you. I thought I would, get it done by now, and I thought I would be able to catch up and things like that.
But it's definitely a painful learning experience.
Yeah. So
it strengthened you in the end, I hope.
Yeah, I did. For me, I was so bitter, and I was bitter for like the 3 years. I was so bitter. It was eating me inside that.
Sure.
I was admitted, to hospital because my blood pressure was very high, and
your anxiety must have been at the most exuding point of your life too.
Yeah, because there was one day I just said to my sister, I said, my arm, I feel pain in my arm and my back, and she said, go to the doctor. I said, I'm going to work.
That's probably anxiety on top of everything else and high blood pressure.
Yeah. And then when I took my blood pressure, it says 155 over 115. So I went to see the doctor that day, and they said, you're having a stroke. I said, excuse me?
Oh my God.
She said, yes, you're about to have a stroke. Take this. And she gave me a tablet there, and then they had to call her because she was actually on break. And I got there. I thought my appointment was at 1 o'clock. They said, no, your appointment was 11 o'clock. I said, well, I didn't know. I thought my appointment was at 1. And she said, why are you here again? I said, my blood pressure was high. She said, what was it? I said, 155 over. She said, hold on. She went, called the doctor. She came out, and they said, they tested it. Yeah, she said, you're about to have a stroke. So after all that I went through, I decided I needed to forgive myself. And I called my husband and I said, I forgive you for what you put me through, because I don't have no family here in America. So I said, I forgive you, but I have to forgive myself.
I can't think of the most wisest thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I can't think of the most wisest thing a person can do than to let go of a boulder, on the shoulder that would not only hold them back, but maybe even make your physical life even more miserable. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot. I don't like I said, I don't like to talk about religion too much, but I think with all the spiritual traditions that I've studied, and I've studied them all, is that the one key component is about forgiveness, and it's usually not for the other person; it's for yourself, so that you can forgive the other person. But it's also the one freeing thing. It's about freedom. It's going to hold you down. So I mean, I couldn't think of like how that could not only make you stronger, but not only that, I can only imagine how much more of a stronger reseller you must be, because now you know how to do business. Like, you don't take things personally. You got to more focus on asking the real questions, like, why are these things like this? Why is this not in my name, or whatever? Doing things in a structural way, because you as a reseller, you want to continue to transform and elevate, right?
That's true.
That's
true. Yeah. And so that's actually what I did. I had to let go and let God, and I was able to move on with the help of my friend. She introduced me to the reselling business, because she did say, I'll send you a box of stuff and you can sell. I was like, I tried when I got, because I've been on Poshmark, selling on Poshmark since 2012.
Okay, real quick, because we didn't talk about this. What are the platforms you're on, and then we'll continue back.
Yeah, I'm on Poshmark, Mercari, and sometimes Facebook Marketplace. So that's how I started back into selling and being a reseller now, because it was like, I didn't want to redo reselling, and I knew I wasn't gonna buy wholesale, because I knew if I go into the wholesale business like I used to, I will lose a lot of money, because I've lost my clientele back then. So I told her no, I didn't want to do all that. But she kept pushing me, and that's how I came back. And I was looking, I said, how am I going to use platforms to know that I'm back in business, to promote my business? And YouTube was a way. I thought, okay, I have this YouTube channel. Let me see if I could do that. So I'm not looking for followers.
You're thinking of not just how do I sell, but you're thinking of like what I studied a lot in business was sales and marketing. And not only like YouTube, but Instagram and Facebook can be used in a very, critical way to like, hey, here I am. This is who I am. And here's the information,
Yes. And that's what I do. I always want to use the platform that I have to promote my business, and I thought, okay, I have a YouTube channel. How am I going to use it to promote my business? And that's all I was thinking about. I'm not thinking about, how many subscribers am I going to get, or how many people going to like my page. I'm like, if I could use it one way or the other to promote my business, what I do, at least somebody will see it. Okay. So that's the whole YouTube thing. So when you call me a YouTuber and whatever you called me earlier on, that was all new to me.
Girl, Ella, we're all YouTubers. We're on YouTube right now streaming this sucker, But we're going to be mindful about it, But that's what I like about you. You have a different perspective, You're not your atypical voice that I enjoy. I mean, but we all do kind of say sometimes the same thing sometimes, but it's how you say it and what you do. I think it's very curious. We're excited to have you. I think Luis put all your information down below. Is that correct, Luis? And do you have anything you want to add in here, brother? Oh, your mute's on, bro. You've been muted for like 2 seconds.
Sorry, guys. Duncan, I had a question. He says if Ella can give 5 reselling tips.
Tips. Well, the first tip is know what you want to sell, what your target audience is, what you want to sell. I was talking to my friend, and I said I was going to be on this show, Mindful Merchant, and she was saying to me, why don't you talk about things that we talk about, like we discuss about, and I was like, oh yeah, that's true. And it's like, first of all,
give an example.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I think, let me see. I think I wrote my notes down here, and it's like, what you need to be mindful of. One is your customers. What your clientele, what do they want from you? When they come to your your Facebook page, your selling
platforms.
platform generally, let me put it that way. If they come to your selling platform, what do you sell? And then if they say, oh, okay, you have Christmas stuff, it was like, okay, I will buy Christmas stuff all year round. Now I said to her, I bought a box from 88 Lot and they got Christmas stuff in it. I'm just gonna put this stuff away till Christmas and I'll put it out there. She said no. There's a lot of people that buy Christmas stuff all year round.
Yep,
so,
I sure do.
There will be a target audience for Christmas stuff. So if you're selling, anything.
And the opposite of selling is those are collecting. That's your audience you're talking to. And boy, they don't care if it's not December. They want to buy it in February.
That's true. And she said also to me, she said, she was saying to me, I was gonna put a listing of bikinis, and my husband said to me, "Why are you gonna put the bikinis up? It's winter." And she said, "Yeah, it might be winter here, but guess what?
Yeah,
it's not down there in Florida,
Brazil, they be swimming naked, Giving them bikinis.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Is like if you want to, you have to be mindful of your customers, how much they're gonna pay, because you have
mindful of like how to sell it too. So you're mindful of your customers. You're mindful of like you said. I love that. It's a good example. I always tell everybody. And somebody the other day, there's a guy named Oscar. He comes in sometimes. He's called Early Bird Resale. He actually lives in my community, and we bumped into each other first. Then we met more on social media. But he's like, we'll be at the bins and I go, look what I found. Look at this thing. He's like, I'm like, I wonder if I should just list it. Don't worry about, just, it doesn't matter what season, when they need it or what, when the fad is there, just list it. Somebody will want it. So, okay. So you got your customers.
So you not only your customers, your prices, your price range, because you do have some customers that, I know a lot of people like to focus on the big ticket items. But not everybody can afford to buy big ticket items. And you have people that only want the smaller items. And the price range, you would like, okay, I have items that I can sell between $10 and $50. So those are your items, price range.
Yeah.
So that is a good point. So if you say, okay, my clientele's the people that can pay between $10 and $50 for an item, then that's your price point. When you start going above that, you can try to go above that and attract new customers, but also don't forget those other customers that you're trying to please between that price range, because once you start forgetting about them, you're losing those customers and they're going to find somebody else now. And then you're going to be one.
What do they say, Louise? You lose a customer, you lose a sale.
You lose a sale, exactly.
you lose a sale.
I need that money, Ella. Got to keep it coming in.
I need the dollar. So
that sounds like a really good friend that you guys have these conversations, because if you don't have somebody you bounce this off with, is this the friend that got you into reselling?
Yes, she is the one that got me into like, Ella, you need to start selling, reselling. Yeah, we talk every day, and we mostly.
Have you ever done? You've done recordings with her on YouTube, haven't you, or not yet?
No, I haven't done. I've been trying to get her because she is so knowledgeable, and I've been trying to get her to come on. I don't know if she's in the live, but she said she needs a new wig first.
I don't care about no wig. Tell her to put a blanket on her head. I don't care. Tell her to come in bald. We've had a young lady in here, and she was bald and she's beautiful. Matter about your hair, we just want smart people. Like, so next, maybe tell her in summer we're tell her by then she better get a doggone wig, and we're gonna invite let you guys. We'll just sit back and go like this, go talk it out.
Yeah. So your clientele, know your clientele, what they want. Make sure that you know your price range, your seasons. There's always, we say, like there is a climate. You have your buyers that come and want the Christmas stuff, the Halloween, the holiday stuff. So you can sell that all year round, and you will still have people that will come and they will buy from you.
Here's another one. Have you ever thought about this amongst, like you said, know your climate, but also I mean, along with trends, like let's say if there's a trend going on right now and it's this high, you want to sell them. But the thing is also know that sometimes following those trends, you can do the reverse and sometimes sell things in a peculiar way where you let everybody sell everything cheap fast, and then when they don't have it anymore, you can be holding on to it. You could be holding on to gold, or you can lose. So there's different strategies beyond that. You know, it's like it's a constant. You got to contemplate it always, don't you think?
Yeah, that's true. You know, that is true. I'm with you 100% on that idea. Another one too is you have your clientele that buy from you weekly, bi-weekly, because it depends on how much they make their money. I remember when I used to have a kiosk at the Air Force Base back in Tampa. And I try to schedule my time to be there around when they get paid, you know, because I know when they get paid, I sell a lot of stuff. So that's another thing when you on
that's perfect too. Like, because I know somebody goes, they list certain things, and it's funny, they're very mindful of when they list it, meaning they don't list it at midnight. So like, or in case they have an auction, then those people. I've had a lady yell at me. She's like, she was from the United Kingdom. She's like, I hope you know, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning because I had to get up because your bidding was ending then. And I went, oh my God, it was a Harry Potter book in Bangladeshi, you know, a different language, but she bought it. She's like, I got up and I went to bed. Wrap it carefully. Thank you.
Yeah.
And she let me have it, you know?
Yes. Yeah. So you have to be mindful of those people, those customers. If you have international customers, you have to be mindful of the time as well. There's something I wanted to say, just kind of like slipped my mind a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. You were talking about different like things to be mindfulness about, whether it's your clientele or your strategies. But those are wonderful tips. I think your strategies are right on cue. And these are the things that we like to talk about, Ella. But I got to ask you a question. So you said you're from, you said you have blood, or were you born in Nigeria?
No, okay. I was born and brought up in England.
Okay, so but
my parents are from Nigeria.
Nigeria, right? Also, Nigeria is. They say sometimes they say Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this: have you ever worked with clientele from overseas that are like, let's say Nigeria or wherever, that somebody you can go, oh, here's a nice niche. I know what they like. I know that this is a product you can only get and they need it there, or something like that. Because I've done that in the reverse, where like I've had things that they wanted in that country, but you can only get it here. But I would focus on that demographic. Let's say whether it was Japan.
I don't sell internationally. You know, when I had my business, I had the opportunity to have a kiosk in USAA, and they have down in Tampa, and they had 3,000 workers in that building. Wow. So could you believe 3,000 workers? And
that's a lot.
Yes, and I had a kiosk in the cafeteria area.
If you could even have 30 of those steady a day, that's a lot of money coming in, you know?
Yes. And so when I started my business, I was doing outdoor events, outdoor and indoor events on the weekends, you know. But to be in an air-conditioned area where I'm gonna be, for the week, and have people coming to my kiosk looking at what I have, telling me, oh, I need that bag, I need that shoe, I need that jewelry, I need that. Could you get me this? Could you get me that? I didn't have time to sell.
Constantly changing, you know, with climate change. I won't say global warming. Some people don't like the word global warming, but there is climate change in our world. And with that comes with, you know, like I've seen a city decimated like New Orleans, and it's just changed, and it's changed their sales. It's changed how they do marketing. It changes how they do business. You know what I mean? So with that being said, and we can look at history, you know, but you as a business person, because you told us your platforms, it doesn't sound like you're really on Amazon nor eBay. Now on eBay, for me, global sales are very important. Sometimes I know how to open the windows to certain specific demographics. Like if I'm selling this product, I know Japan wants this, so I'm going to sell, you know, and open up the window there. But what would you like to do and see your business flourish? Well, if you had to be mindful of one thing about your business, you'd like to see it transform. Would you go more international? Would you like to see more sales go that route, to see additional revenue come in? You know,
it would have. Let me tell you something. It would be nice to go international. But I remember when I had my business before, I actually closed the door in 2017. I was actually going to open my own store. Okay. That was what I was working towards until everything came crashing down.
You mean a brick and mortar store?
Yes. I wasn't used to eBay because let me tell you something. I tried eBay. You know, I tried eBay in the beginning.
Sure.
And when I tried eBay, you wouldn't believe it that I put a dress up on eBay, and I was still trying to work it out, and I put on eBay. This is a dress that probably sell about $30-$40 back then, and put it on eBay, and I was trying this bid thing, whatever. I was bid, and eBay said put it at 99 cents, and it will go up and whatever. So I
never listen.
You would not believe I sold that dress for $1.
Look at Luis. I never do auctions unless you know. So there is a different system. Every platform, like I heard one thing about Poshmark, I will never go on Poshmark. I don't have time to sit there and promote it and this and that. But if it works for you, that's what's beautiful. I love that there's
eBay doesn't work for me like that. So when I saw Louis' video, I was like, yeah, I've been there. I've been there many years ago, and my year was 2013.
Mercari. Both of you do Mercari, right?
Yes, I do Mercari too. So eBay was not for me. And I remember I put something else on eBay, and somebody won. And this person was in Australia. I was waiting for them to pay. They did not pay. I reported them to eBay, you know, and the person kept promising they were going to pay, and they did not pay for the item. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with eBay. I see the things people go with on eBay. Yeah. I do not have the patience for eBay.
See, I don't know, because maybe because I've been doing eBay for almost a little over 20 years. But I will say this much: I've seen it grow. I do understand some of the problems that you're bringing up are very valid and good, but I think it depends on how you run. You know, you run certain things and become more familiar with the business. Because I haven't had any issues so far. Once in a while, I get a deadbeat buyer. Like right now, I'm waiting for a $50 payment on a book, but that's because it's my fault. I accepted an offer and I didn't put there's a button on there that says pay immediately. So when you do offers, it comes off a little different. But most of the time, I've been okay. But
look, eBay has changed. Back in the days, eBay for me wasn't. You know, for me, when I was starting, eBay was what eBay was back then.
Well, back in the day, I was so angry too.
Let me tell you something. I did put some recently because when I was selling books, I used to be a book reviewer as well. So I did get a lot of books from publishers to review and from authors to review as well. So I gave a lot of the books. I have thousands of books and that I reviewed, and I don't take money from them. They give you the books to keep. I donate the books to libraries, schools, and whatever. And I still have some.
That's very mindful. I love that you do that. See, like,
and I said, let me go put some of the books on eBay to try and get rid of it so I can get back my space and use it for my reselling business. And I said, I will try it and I'll just put it there. Sure. I told my friend, I said, you know what? They said they gave me 200 days or whatever. I'm like, by the end of February, I'm definitely going to remove what I put on there because I don't want to be charged.
You got to go where you're comfortable with. If you got more than one platform right now and it's working for you, stay with it. I always say, you know, I get it. And I really do think that they build certain platforms, and some of them are stubborn and they do the things in their way. But I don't know that I can go back to Amazon after what they've done so much. Especially with
I don't think. Let me tell you, with Amazon, like I said, when I was doing books, I did get affiliation with Amazon, and people come to my website and go in and they will buy books.
But it's a different. Would you say it's a different beast now?
It is a different beast now. Back then it was different. So now it's a different beast because everybody got new ideas. The owner had a new ideas. He decided to open it up and whatever. And I should have joined then. Back then I did have the opportunity because I was affiliated with for the company for so long, me being selling books. But I just thought, you know what, I can't be bothered with it. And then when I tried to go in, I said, okay, let me see, because I sell books. Let me try it. They asked for my age, which I'm happy to give you my age, tell you my age. I put my age down. They asked for my social security. I said, okay. They asked for my ID. I put that down. All information, and then it came up to my British passport. They wanted my British passport information. I said, you might take the clothes off my back as well. I'm not doing that just to sell. You want all this information?
You heard it here first. You heard it from Ella. Don't be scammed. There's a bunch of trolling scammers out there. Don't do it. Don't.
I said no. Ella. They wanted all my information. I don't really care if that's what they wanted. I just said, look,
they can have your blood in the cup.
My ID is enough. But when you ask me for my British passport number, I'm like, take the clothes, take it off my back. If you want it, take it. I said, you're telling me to strip naked for me to give you my information, for me to sell a book on Amazon. I said, I am not doing that. Thank you very much.
I love you. But listen, we got to do a little thing. We do a timekeeping thing, and Luis has been getting on to me. So
I'm sorry. I really talked too much.
No. We do this because if I don't do it, I will talk too much. I love it. I love you. We're gonna have you on another day, maybe after the summer. I don't know. Depending on
one question. Somebody asked the question. I'm in Boynton Beach, Florida. Somebody asked what part in Florida. I'm in Boynton Beach, Florida.
Okay. Yeah, someone did ask that. Yeah.
No. We're excited. We still have about a little over 5 minutes left, but not too much longer. But we want to be respectful of your time because you have a life and you probably got to get dinner ready. And I know Luis here. He's a teacher, principal. He's doing reselling full time, and he's a dad. Wow. So he's doing it. I don't know if you saw his son came in the back a little while ago.
Yeah.
He makes sure dad's using the mic right and doesn't cuss on the show. But no, it's been a joy. I love your energy. I love that you're so full of information and you talk about these things with a passion. And I think that's really important for new resellers. So if there's somebody that's a new reseller watching this, you can check out Ella's information down below. There should be her Instagram. There should be her YouTube, because she's a YouTuber and she's a great reseller.
That's a new title.
Yeah,
Jen, I remember Jen asked a question, but I forgot. She asked the question. I was gonna come to it, but I can't remember the question. I can
find it. Give me a second.
Yeah, Jen. She said, "Did I go to business school or something?"
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't go
to the hard knocks business. That's what it is. Life. That being said, I know I keep interjecting, but you are a wise woman. You have, it's a difference. It's one thing to have the knowledge, but it's a different thing to have that wisdom that tells you how to use that knowledge. You can have all the knowledge in your, you can read all the books, but if you don't know what to do with that information, and it sounds like you have some really good, you got some good information, but you also, the way you've expressed and told us, and we have, this hour went by fast, and I'm enjoying it. And I hope we get to see each other again. We'll have to reach out and, email once in a while and talk, and we'll have you on in the future. I'm not sure when, because we got a line. We're trying to get everybody in there, but I knew you needed an hour by yourself. That's why we didn't on her. Next week we have this show. We're gonna do a little plug. Next week we have our show called Week 2, because it's the second week of the month.
Yep.
Strong 2. So we usually have 2 people. I'm glad I didn't put you in that. You needed this hour by yourself, lady. Let me tell you.
Did anybody notice Jennifer Hayes in the chat? I didn't notice if she came in.
No, I think her hand's hurting her. She got to put on that metal hand now. She's like, she'll walk around and she just type. She puts everybody's.
I just wanted, if you just give me a minute, let me give her a shout out.
Well, give her a shout out.
Just in case she goes back and watch this. But if anybody is out there, I've been trying to get Jennifer to send me her address on Instagram so I can send her a gift. And Jennifer, if you're watching this, please send me your address so I can send you something. And, look, I'm gonna be here today. I got my checkbook ready. I got my that book ready,
Jennifer,
Jennifer.
we need your social security number. We need to know what your blood type is. What your favorite
driver's license number.
Okay,
all
real
the
quick.
above.
Let's have fun real quick. We're gonna have to end this really quick because Luis has got to go. What is your favorite food? We know you don't like coffee or tea anymore. What is your favorite recipe?
Let me tell you something.
What gives you energy to go do more reselling?
I don't have the energy to. No, this energy is natural. Let me tell you something. I don't like food. I hate food. I have to eat food because I have to eat. No, I don't have a favorite food. I like snacks.
Well, we know you love to sell books. You seem like you like to read a lot of books.
Oh yes, I have my shelf in my bedroom with most of books that I love to read. Don't ask me the name, the title, nothing, because I just put.
You gotta have one book. You gotta have one book. How about this? I'm gonna ask you a two-part question. What book are you reading right now? You don't have to remember the exact name. But
what book am I reading right now? Yeah. Okay, I'm not reading any book right now. The last book I read was about Africa and how it's about an African. I don't know how to describe it. I think it's Blood Children. I think that's probably the title of the book. That was the last book I read, and
so is it historical?
My other book will be my Bible.
Okay, good. Full of wisdom right there. I was right. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard me. We have one of the wisest resellers. She is very mindful. If you don't know Ella, you better go check her out. She's here first. Go check her out. Show her some love. If you guys can't support her, at least you can write some comments in there and say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. I like what you're doing. Just give positivity. If you have questions for her, you can reach her on Instagram. We want to thank you so much for being here. You are now
having me. Awesome. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're awesome. We hope to see you in the future. We're looking forward to watching you and seeing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'm going to end it here, and then Luis is going to end it. And you give us go ahead and give us some final words, Ella. What would you like to say on a finishing note?
Let me tell you guys, I would like to say thank you. Don't forget to visit my platform. And you know all those 888 love boxes that I got? I got some homes and some kitchen stuff in there. Go and buy.
Right up. You got it. She'll give you a deal. She'll give you a great deal.
Right. But I love you guys. I love you so much. The reseller community. Thanks for the love. Thanks for showing me love.
No, we're happy you're here. We look forward. We'll have you in the future sometime again.
You better.
Yeah. We gotta say something. This is a reseller, and she doesn't want to be called a YouTuber, but she's a YouTuber content creator. She is everywhere. I don't know how you do it, but every time I go to YouTube, you're there. It's wonderful. So it's good to see you. We want to tell you, everybody in the chat, thank you. We missed so many people. And there's a lot of names there. We thank each and every one of you. Maintain your focus. Elevate. We want you to, be a mindful reseller. Luis, close us out.
All right. Well, yeah, it was fun. Thank you, Ella, for coming on today. Like I said, it was really fun just hearing all your, all your stuff that you've been through and through your reselling and personal stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
I feel like we got to know you a little bit better. More has just Ella now. It's like on a more personal level. So thank you for being you. And thank you to everybody that joins us every week. And we continue to do this. And that's it. Don't forget, I dropped Ella's links on the chat for her YouTube and also her Instagram. So if you guys have any more questions or you guys want to get to know Ella a little better, send her a message. I'm sure when she's not busy, she'll respond back to you.
Of course.
So
I tell Jennifer I'm looking for her.
And anybody runs into Jennifer Hayes, let her know that Ella's looking for her.
I need her address so I can send her a gift.
Oh, that's love. All right. Thank you guys. Take care.
All right, see you guys tomorrow for our auction night.
Great. It's late, but I will be there.
Thank you, guys.
Jen's going to be there too.
Yeah, our special guest tomorrow is Jen's Closet Gem. So
one last thing, and next week we got week 2, strong 2. We're going to have the Resale Brothers.
The Resale Brothers will be joining us next week. So we'll see you guys later. Have a good afternoon, guys.
Bye.